Hi friends, thank you for showing interest in COVID-19 and Accounting 20. This is Sridevi here. Uh, what is this? We're talking about number game today. Oh, it's such a messy thing. Accounts, numbers, it's not my cup of tea. Anything else you ask me to do? Marketing, ideas, talking to people, talking to clients, getting business, all that is fine with me. But you talk anything about accounts, and that's a big no no. Now, this is one common comment that I hear, or common response that I get from entrepreneurs who are brilliant people who have very high level of understanding technologically as well as operational and everything. But you talk to them about accounts, they're like, no, that's not my game. Okay, that is perfectly just like what we are all facing. Corona was never our game. Home quarantine was never our game. So we never ever want to sit at home like this, doing nothing, not able to go out, not able to, run around like bees, right? So, but this is one time that we can get to reprogram ourselves, get into a rhythm altogether, a different, in different level altogether, so that when we come back to action, we are a different person, we are a more knowledgeable person, we are a more compassionate person, right? So the whole concept of doing this video or doing this activity is like making more compassionate towards accounting. Yeah, making entrepreneurs more compassionate, more knowledgeable about the number game, so that which will help them actually understand how impactful knowing these would be in their decision making, in running their business, understanding the environment and all those things, right? So let's get into the poster that we did today. It's actually, though, for those who haven't seen the poster also, we'll be talking about 4 things in this video, and which is actually covered in the poster as well. So this is a startup, like this is like a demo video that we're doing. So the first point that we discussed is distance personal expenses from your business accounting. So the one basic concept that you need to understand is you are different and your business is different. You guys are two different entities. Yeah, you are the entrepreneur, you are the person who founded the business, you run the business, but you are different from your business. Your business has a separate identity and you are a different person. So any expense that gets into your business books of accounts should be only business expenses. Yeah. So you pay your home electricity bill along with your office electricity bill. Your home electricity bill, it cannot get into your business accounts. It might be so unintentional, it might be so without knowing, but it cannot get into, because your tax assessments will not allow you to claim such personal expenses in your business accounts, right? Now the second point is, what's it called? P&L and balance sheet. Oh my god, these are two terminologies that will put me off. P&L and balance sheet. Oh my god, it's like even scarier than the report card that you get used to get in school. Our report card, we could do anything, man. We didn't have to show it to our parents. But P&L balance sheet is like, oh my god. So your P&L balance sheet is your report card of the way you have been doing business, the way you have been conducting operations. Yeah, the financial result of all your actions that you've taken during a particular period. So two important things. So you ought to wash your hands before and after you touch them, right? Yes, you need to be sanitized before you touch P&L, and definitely after balance sheet. So why we say so? It's like P&L balance sheet are two reports that actually tell you where you stand, how you have been doing, how well you've been faring, right? So a lot of things go into the P&L, which gives you the profit or loss, and the balance sheet actually tells you where your asset and liability stand, what's the position of your asset and liability on a particular date. So two important documents is a part of your financial statements. Hence, all that gets into that should be perfectly transparent and perfectly well explained, okay, and justified to your business. Fine. Now the third point is, do not indulge in hoarding of inventory. Now, Hoarding or overbuying, okay, should not be done with inventory. Inventory means stock. Especially those who are there in trading will perfectly understand what inventory or stock is all about. It's money. Inventory is equal to money. So whatever you have invested in your inventory, to that extent, there is a shortage of cash flows. And how fast you convert your inventory into sales is very important, because only if you convert it to sales you get money, right? So don't overhold inventory. We need to know exactly what the level of inventory should be, and now especially in this testing times and after this. Of course we need to do business and we need to have enough inventory, but do not overhold them. Of course lead time, all those things plays, but don't invest too much of money in inventory, because first of all we have cash flow shortage, and don't indulge in overbuying by taking extra loans. Don't find other sources of funds, because you will be end up paying interest on them, and that's going to again eat your cash flows. Okay, now the last point, what does it say? Any idea? It says, if you don't do your compliances right, you may finally get locked down. Now what is compliances? We work in a perfect environment, or even imperfect environment. Mostly it's like that. But it is important, because as far as we are running a business in this country, in this region, there are some laws of the land, the laws and regulations of the land. To start a business, to run a business, when you make profits, when you are buying and selling, there are a lot of compliances that you need to do. So to the right from starting of obtaining a trade license, which is actually a renewable license that you get, any other licenses and registrations that you take for the purpose of your business, for the purpose of running of your business, needs renewals. Wherever it requires renewals, you need to do it on time. Then GST, big bomb. GST, it's only one part of your compliance. Ensure that you do it without fail, on due dates. TDS, very important. PF, ESI, if applicable to you. Whatever compliances are applicable, if you are a private limited company or public limited company, MCA compliances, Ministry of Corporate Affairs compliances are also there. So it is important that you do all those also on time, within due dates. Don't incur penalties. It's a hit on cash flows as well as your reputation as an entrepreneur and as a business. Okay, so stay systematic, stay relaxed, break the uncertainty. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching.